This video will discuss some really interesting places in Africa. When we think of Africa and languages, many people usually think of languages like Swahili, Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. But that's just half of the facts. But guess what? There's a whole other side to Africa, where Spanish and Portuguese are spoken. It's like where yummy Spanish food meets awesome African music. We're going to check out these amazing places, learn about their history, and see all the cool things they've given to the world. These countries mix African and Hispanic traditions, making a super cool blend. Are you ready? We will see a part of Africa that most people have never heard of or know about. First, let's go to the west coast of Central Africa, a place known for its rainforests. These rainforests are some of the most biodiverse areas on the planet, teeming with life and vibrant ecosystems. The lush greenery stretches as far as the eye can see, creating a dense canopy that shelters countless species of plants and animals. Right in the middle of it all is Equatorial Guinea. This small nation, often overlooked on the global stage, holds a unique position geographically, linguistically, and culturally. Nestled on the equator, it boasts a climate that supports its rich natural beauty. Now, you might be thinking, Equatorial Guinea, what's Spanish about that? It's a fair question given its location in the heart of Africa. The answer lies in its fascinating history, woven with African and European threads. And maybe you don't know this. Equatorial Guinea played a great role in saving the lives of many Biafrans during the Nigerian Biafra Civil War. Besides, Equatorial Guinea is the only African country that speaks Spanish. Well, that's what makes it so interesting. The story of Equatorial Guinea is one of cultural fusion and historical intrigue. It's a place where the unexpected becomes the norm and where diverse influences come together to create something truly unique. Equatorial Guinea used to be ruled by Spain for a long time, and even after it became independent in 1968, it kept Spanish as its official language. This colonial past has left an indelible mark on the country, influencing everything from its language to its architecture. That's right, in the middle of Africa, people talk about soccer, or should I say football in Spanish. Soccer is more than just a sport here. It's a passion that unites communities and brings people together. The love for the game is palpable, and it's played with a fervor that rivals any European nation. But it's not just the language. The influence of Spain permeates many aspects of life in Equatorial Guinea. From the way people greet each other to the festivals they celebrate, Spanish customs have blended seamlessly with local traditions. Equatorial Guinea mixes local African traditions with things from Spain. This blend is evident in the vibrant cultural dances where African rhythms meet Spanish flamenco, creating a mesmerizing performance that captivates audiences. You can see it in the food, the music, and the daily life of its people. The markets are a sensory delight, offering a mix of African spices and Spanish delicacies. Imagine the aroma of freshly baked bread mingling with the scent of exotic spices. The buildings, it's a special mix you won't find anywhere else. The architecture tells a story of its own, with colonial-era buildings standing alongside traditional African huts, each structure a testament to the country's layered history. Imagine walking through markets that smell like African spices and fresh bread from a Spanish recipe. The vibrant colors, the lively chatter, and the diverse array of goods on display make these markets a microcosm of Equatorial Guinea's unique cultural blend. Or picture a festival with African drums and Spanish guitars playing together. These celebrations are a joyous expression of the country's dual heritage, where traditional African beats harmonize with the strumming of Spanish guitars, creating a sound that is both familiar and new. And wow, Equatorial Guinea is beautiful. Its scenery is a feast for the eyes. From the lush rainforests to the serene beaches, the natural beauty of this country is truly breathtaking, offering a perfect backdrop for its rich cultural tapestry. It has rainforests full of amazing animals. These forests are home to a diverse array of wildlife, including some species that are found nowhere else on Earth. The dense foliage provides a sanctuary for these creatures, making it a paradise for nature enthusiasts and beaches by the ocean. The coastline of Equatorial Guinea is dotted with pristine beaches where the golden sands meet the azure waters of the Atlantic. These beaches offer a tranquil escape, perfect for relaxation and reflection. It's a nature lover's dream. Whether you're exploring the dense rainforest or lounging on the serene beaches, Equatorial Guinea offers a wealth of natural beauty that is sure to captivate any visitor. But it's also a place with a story of strength and a mix of cultures. The resilience of its people and their ability to blend different cultural influences into a cohesive whole is truly inspiring. This strength is reflected in the thriving communities and the vibrant cultural life that defines Equatorial Guinea. It shows us that history, even the tough parts, can create something beautiful and unexpected. The story of Equatorial Guinea is a testament to the power of cultural fusion and the beauty that can arise from the blending of different traditions and histories. Next, we're going to a place with a lot of history, Western Sahara. This region, located on the northwest coast of Africa, is known for its vast deserts and rich cultural heritage. It's a land that has seen many rulers and has a complex political situation that continues to this day. This one's a little tricky. Western Sahara is a territory with a unique and often contentious history. Its vast dry landscapes are home to a resilient people who have endured decades of conflict and uncertainty. The United Nations says Western Sahara governs itself, but Morocco controls most of it. This has led to a long-standing dispute, with the Sahrawi people seeking independence and Morocco asserting its claim over the area. For a long time, Spain was in charge, and you can still see that today. The Spanish influence is evident in the architecture, with colonial buildings and monuments that stand as a testament to the region's past. The buildings, even some old roads and bridges, show the Spanish influence. These structures, though weathered by time, tell the story of a bygone era when Spain's presence was strong in Western Sahara. But it's more than that. It's about the people. The Sahrawi people have a rich cultural heritage that blends their indigenous traditions with influences from their colonial past. Many Sahrawis, the people who originally lived there, still speak Spanish, have Spanish customs, and feel connected to Spain. This connection is a unique aspect of their identity, reflecting a blend of cultures that has shaped their way of life. Imagine living in a place where other countries decide what happens, where your home is something people argue about. And this is the reality for many Sahrawis who have faced displacement and uncertainty for generations. That's what it's like for many Sahrawis, and their story is one of strength and fighting for what they believe in. Despite the challenges, they continue to preserve their culture and advocate for their rights. Even with all the political stuff, Western Sahara has a cool mix of cultures. The markets are vibrant places where you can see the fusion of Sahrawi and Spanish influences in the goods sold and the interactions between people. You can see it in the markets and hear it in the music, which blends Sahrawi and Spanish sounds. The music in particular is a beautiful representation of this cultural blend, with traditional Sahrawi instruments and rhythms merging with Spanish melodies. Let's look at Western Sahara's history, its culture, and what's left from when Spain was there. From historical sites to cultural festivals, there's so much to discover about this fascinating region and its resilient people. From the vast, arid deserts of Western Sahara, let's start a journey to some enchanting islands in the Atlantic Ocean, Cape Verde. These islands, with their unique blend of cultures and histories, offer a fascinating glimpse into a world where Africa met Portugal and Spain tagged along for the ride. Cape Verde speaks Portuguese because Portugal ruled it for a long time. The Portuguese influence is evident everywhere, from the language spoken by the people to the colonial architecture that dots the islands. The Portuguese arrived in the 15th century and made Cape Verde a crucial stopover for their sea explorations. But Cape Verde's story is more than that. It's a rich mix woven from various threads of history and culture. The islands became a melting pot where different cultures and traditions blended seamlessly. The people of Cape Verde are a testament to this, with their diverse heritage and vibrant cultural expressions. It's a mix of cultures where African and Portuguese traditions came together, with a little bit of Spanish mixed in too. The African influence is strong, seen in the music, dance, and daily life of the Cape Verdean people. The Portuguese brought their own customs and traditions, which merged with the local African culture to create something truly unique. Cape Verde was a big trading center, so people from all over came there, including people from Spain. The island's strategic location made them a hub for trade between Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Spanish traders, along with those from other nations, left their mark on the culture and economy of Cape Verde. So you have Portuguese and African traditions, and then some Spanish, especially in the language. The local language, Crioulo, is a fascinating blend of Portuguese and African languages with a sprinkling of Spanish words. It's a living example of how different cultures can come together to create something new and beautiful. The local language, Crioulo, is mostly based on Portuguese, but it has some Spanish words too. This language blend reflects the island's history of colonization and trade. In schools, children learn both Portuguese and Crioulo, ensuring that the rich cultural heritage of Cape Verde is passed down to future generations. It's like a puzzle that shows how different cultures came together on the islands. Each piece of the puzzle represents a different aspect of Cape Verde's history and culture, from the African roots to the Portuguese and Spanish influences. Museums and cultural centers on the islands showcase this rich heritage, offering visitors a deeper understanding of Cape Verde's unique identity. Imagine walking through the capital city, Praia, with its colorful buildings from the Portuguese times. The streets are lined with vibrant colonial architecture, each building telling a story of the past. The city's lively atmosphere is a blend of old and new, where history and modernity coexist harmoniously. You can hear Morna music, which mixes Portuguese, African, and even Brazilian sounds. This soulful music genre is a reflection of Cape Verde's diverse cultural influences. Morna songs often tell stories of love, longing, and the sea, capturing the essence of the Cape Verdean spirit. And the food is amazing. It's a mix of Portuguese and African flavors, sometimes with a spicy chili pepper from South America. Cape Verdean cuisine is a delightful fusion of different culinary traditions, offering a variety of dishes that are both flavorful and unique. From fresh seafood to hearty stews, the food here is a true reflection of the island's diverse heritage. Cape Verde is also really beautiful, with volcanoes and beaches. The island's natural beauty is breathtaking, with stunning landscapes that range from rugged volcanic terrain to serene sandy beaches. Whether you're exploring the volcanic peaks or relaxing by the ocean, Cape Verde offers a visual feast for the eyes. It's a place where you can relax and forget about your worries. The tranquil environment and friendly locals make Cape Verde an ideal destination for those looking to unwind and escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Whether you're soaking up the sun on a beach or exploring the island's rich cultural heritage, Cape Verde is a paradise waiting to be discovered. Our next stop is two small islands near Gabon, São Tomé and Príncipe. If you like chocolate, you might know São Tomé. It's famous for its cocoa beans, which are used to make chocolate. But, like other places we've seen, São Tomé and Príncipe has a bigger story. It's a story of survival and adapting to change. The Portuguese arrived there a long time ago and started farms, first for sugar and then for cocoa. They brought enslaved Africans to work on the farms, which is a sad part of their history. Today the country mixes Portuguese and African cultures with its own special language called Foro. Imagine walking through the capital city, smelling the cocoa beans roasting. You can see old colourful buildings from the Portuguese times, but São Tomé and Príncipe isn't just about the past. It's a beautiful place with rainforests full of plants and animals, and the food is great. It mixes Portuguese and African flavours with lots of fresh seafood. Last stop, the Canary Islands. Most people think of Spain as being in Europe, and they're right. But near Morocco, there are these islands that are totally Spanish. We're talking paella, flamenco dancing, and lots of relaxing. But because of where they are, the Canary Islands mix European and African styles. The buildings have a Moorish style, the music has Berber rhythms, and the food is a mix of Spanish and North African flavors. Imagine walking on the black sand beaches of Lanzarote, smelling the salty air and something a little different, something African. You find a restaurant with Spanish and Moroccan food on the menu. The Canary Islands show us that culture changes and grows. It's about taking ideas from different places and making something new. So next time you hear about the Canary Islands, don't just think of them as Spain in the sun. Think about the African influence too. Thanks for coming with me on this trip to these Hispanic African countries. We went from the rainforests of Equatorial Guinea to the beaches of the Canary Islands, learning about their history and culture. These places show us that the world is full of connected stories where different cultures mix together. We saw how colonialism, even though it was a difficult time, created unique places where African and Hispanic traditions made something new. From the Spanish spoken in Africa to the Criollo language, these countries change how we think about being African, Hispanic, or both. If you're looking for adventure, remember these special places in Africa where African rhythms meet the heart of Spain. For more historical awareness stories like this, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos.